With college football right around the corner, we have some things to talk about for the game. But before we get into that, leave a like and comment on this video for a chance to win College Football 25 because I'm giving away a couple copies of the game. So, like I said, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below what team I should rebuild as my first team to rebuild in College Football 25. But let's get into some of the league's things that we have confirmed from people who work at EA Sports. Now, one of the biggest things is a deep dive coming on Tuesday that's about 6 minutes long and 80-page long blog. That is going to be an awesome, in-depth detail about Dynasty. That's what the deep dive is going to be on. It's going to be on the Dynasty of the game. So like when you get into a game and you want to play with your friends or you want to play by yourself and you can do online, offline, you will be able to get a deep dive and a little bit more in depth on that on Tuesday. It's going to be, I think it's going to be at 11 o'clock in the morning for Central Standard Time. Don't quote me on that. I will check and put it right here somewhere on the screen to confirm that. But I want to go off of some of the things that have been leaked on Twitter that I think are really key features in the game that may not be talked about a lot. So for the first one is you'll get celebrations in the game when you make a big play. Oh yeah, sure, a touchdown, you're going to celebrate. No, I'm talking about first downs and them giving you a list of stuff you can do. Let's say you moss somebody and you get that animation. Well, guess what? You will be able to do you're smaller than me, you're a little baby. Or rock them like a baby because guess what? You just mossed them. Now that's super cool and super fine details that they don't have in Madden because the NFL puts hella restrictions on them. But that is something that's super cool because it will tilt online players so much that it's definitely something that I'm going to be trying to do. Now, the playbooks, they are super diverse because you can have players in motion pre-snap like Madden, but the key difference is they don't have to be set to go back in motion. So you can have a player shift halfway across to the offensive line and then go all the way back to where they started to really confuse the defense. Now, with that being said, you might think that's going to change the way the game feels and plays. Well, that's true. And the developers have no clue what the meta is going to be. And with any competitive game, there's always a meta. Now I'm going to tell you this. That does not mean that there's not going to be a meta, because like I said, every competitive game has a meta, and I feel like this game will come out with a meta. My opinion, triple option will be a meta, because you are able to run it one direction or have two options in the other direction. Now, I'm not saying that it will be the meta, just saying that's my opinion because triple option is definitely something that is hard to do. And so typically things that are hard to do give you the most reward. Now, stadium celebrations and team celebrations are confirmed in the game, but they put a lot of finite details that you may not know into the game, like when you score a touchdown with Arkansas State, their waterfalls go up. That's something you may not even know on TV, but they put that into the game. That just shows how much detail they're really putting into this thing. And also, they are putting into the game certain celebrations for teams. So like hand signals, all that stuff, but that's something I'll talk about a little bit later because I'll go into a little bit more in depth into that. And also, for different types of the game, you have the standard, MVP, the bundle with Madden in it. Well, there's a new confirmed version called the Heisman Edition. I don't know what all you're going to get, but it's confirmed in the GameStop's database. Now, that's really cool. I already bought the game with the Madden bundle, so I probably won't spend my money on that. But like I said, that may be something I will give away. It just really depends on how the first couple of days of rebuilds go, because I know people are going to want the game, and I get the game 3 days early with early access from buying the bundle. Now, Xbox does say you're getting it on the 15th at 3 p.m. I don't think that's right. I think you get it at, 12:01 on the 16th, which I will be up for. Now, Chris Fowler confirmed on Twitter that he has been doing voice lines for the 12-team playoff bracket, and each team will have a customized national champion shout out. And even if, like, they've even gone into smaller details, like if you recover a fumble to win the game, you have a special voice line for that. If you pick six it to win the game, special voice line. If you score a touchdown at the last second, special voice line. And there are hype voice lines. Like, he gets really into it and really energetic about it, which is super cool to see. Now, another thing is EA Sports has spent over $6 million getting people into the game. They've done to over 10,000 players, and they've given them $600. That is awesome for younger players who are getting into college and are trying to get NIL deals, because this is something super cool that they're able to get basically for just getting recruited and get put into the game. Now, let's do a little bit more deep dive in like team atmosphere, which they did a deep dive on YouTube about, but they don't really go into super depth because they put a lot of it in words in a blog to have you read. Now, they put a lot of detail into game setup. So when your team runs onto the field, what they do before they run onto the field. Not like Madden, where it's the same for every team. They made it unique for every team. Like, a run out where you touch a banner, touch a poster, touch the alligator from Florida, touch the dog, touch a horseshoe, things like that. They're in the game. And the runouts are in the game as well. So if you run out with a flag, if you run out with a train like Purdue, if you run out with horses like Oklahoma, you get that stuff in the game. Now, crowd noise is special for each team as well because they recorded crowd noise for each game. Now, if they didn't get crowd noise for a team, they recreated it from what it would sound like if they were in the stands. And also, each team has special hand signals, like the Miami U, the NC State Wolfpack, like that. Those are in the game, and you'll be able to do them. Now, sadly, what is not in the game is the Texas, hook 'em horns down that other colleges do to, Texas, but hook 'em horns is in the game. Things like that, super, super cool that I feel like, people don't really see, but is going to be super fun to be in the game. Now, my thing is, I hope some of these are customizable in, college football 25. Because if you create a team and you kind of want to give them a certain vibe, a certain feel, I hope there's chance you can give them where they'll chant out the letters of the school. But also like trophies and stuff like that for rivalry games. I hope you can add trophies in, because they have trophies and, bowl games in the game for rivalries. So like, Michigan State versus Michigan, they have a trophy that you get if you win the game. Well, that's going to be in the game, and your team is going to carry it like it is because they've done special effects with it and stuff like that. Now, things I want to see in Dynasty, I want to see a lot of team customability. So I want to be able to change the offense and defense and be able to have tendencies that my school likes to do. Like if my school doesn't run the ball as much and they pass and have a scrambling quarterback, I want to be able to recruit a scrambling quarterback. But let's say, the top guy on my board's a pocket passer. Well, I'd rather have a scrambling quarterback be at the top of my board to go for. Well, I want him to be more interested in my team than the pocket passer. But in past games, it doesn't matter what style quarterback it is, they'll be interested in your school, where in the new game, I hope that they have interest. So that's kind of it for now. I can't wait for the deep dive on Tuesday. And like I said, like and subscribe and comment down below what team you want me to rebuild first for a chance to win a copy of College Football 25.